Hey guys, what's going on? It's 8:20 p.m. 12:24 Christmas Eve. In some parts of the world, it's Christmas. So, anyways, I tell you, like I'm looking over here, like here, but it's like pointing there, and I gotta try to remember that the camera is over here. So basically, I can't look at myself, even though I'm trying to. Um, I guess I just wanted to kind of make a video. I'm not really feeling too good, actually. I was actually in the hospital a few days ago, I believe it was. Like when I say I don't feel good, I feel like I'm going to pass out, among other things. But I was there a few days ago. So on the 18th, around 9 p.m., I just started to really feel like my sugar was low, like almost like it was 60 or so. Like having pretty much all the symptoms, including feeling faint and shakiness and this and that and whatever. So I got to the point, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go buy me another tester because I have one of those, what do you call those things? Ultra, the One Touch Ultra, but they didn't have the strips there, so I was like, you know what, for this price, it cost about 30 bucks. I was like, you know what, I might as well get a new one and get this one because they didn't have it. CVS, I feel like they have like a monopoly thing going on. Like they'll have the other products, but they won't have the strips. But they will for their brand. But yeah, I noticed that it was like what 90s, which is weird because 90s shouldn't affect me, but it has lately. Like, huh? I noticed the next day I was having the same issue, like just bad. The third day I noticed that I was, of course, still having that, but definitely having. I woke up. Waking up, I'm fine, but as soon as I actually get up and walk around, I start feeling very fatigued, like I'm about to die. So, yeah. And I was having that for a couple of days, and then one of the days, I guess a day or two ago, or whatever it was, I was there on the 21st, so I believe it was. I went to the hospital. I was like, hey, look, I need to see a doctor, blah, 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 blah. They got all my info. And right off the bat, I was seen by triage, and they asked me some questions or whatever, and then somebody came in with chest pain or something. And so the guy, just kind of blew me off and went and took care of the person. I mentioned about the low blood sugar too, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna test that." But yeah, essentially, it took like 20 minutes, almost 25 to 30 minutes before they actually tested me. When I already told them that I was feeling faint. I mean, hey, if a person is actually having emergency issues, hey, deal with them, But yeah, basically, it took I think like 2 hours. Yeah, at least 2 hours, I think it was. Then I finally got in the back, and then what was it? It was then this one chick that came in and was asking. She was like, "Yeah, I want to do your blood," and she's like, "Can you get a urine sample?" I was like, "No, I can't. I just urinated like 2 times in a couple hours." And then she was almost like, "Oh well, everybody has urine in their bladder." Actually, that's not true. Why I know that's not true? Because I've had the ultrasound or whatever they tested me for, which I don't know why, but they tested. And they're like, you're empty. But like 15 minutes later, I was able to collect. But it took her like 30 minutes just to show back up. I was like, what did you take off to? And she's like, oh, I had to take someone upstairs. I was like, huh. But eventually she got an IV in me. She drew blood. They also wanted to check me for the flu. So they took swabs and... But yeah, they did that. So, by the way, I still don't know if I have the flu. I'm assuming I don't. But yeah, so I'm hoping this thing does. That's exactly what the fuck I thought. So I got one of these little tripod things, a little cheap, well, really not cheap actually, but a little cheap $20 whatchamacallums. And the plastic thing, or whatever you call it, where the mount is, came off. It peeled off. And that is essentially the only thing that's actually holding it. The phone or whatever I put on there. I mean, I'm only putting a phone, but hey. So right now I'm using boxing tape. So at one time I was trying to do some boxing. No, actually I got the boxing tape for something completely different. Yeah. Yeah, because something came off and I was trying to... No, I got it for a baseball bat. It's kind of acting gay, so let's see if that works. Hopefully it doesn't turn off. So far it's going. Hopefully that's a couple layers I have. Yeah, that's what I got. But yeah, it took like 3.5 hours before they even drew blood. And then, you know, CBC, CMP and stuff takes usually 90 minutes anyway. But in that, she also gave me a bag of saline, which was good. You know, something that I wanted. I also wanted to get those tests. And then the next thing I know, they put me, they're like, you know, come with us and, you know, put me in another room with everybody else. So it's kind of like a pending patient. Basically, she was talking about, we're going to put you here and, you know, see what the doctor thinks and yada, yada, yada. I was like, oh, okay. Cool. But, yeah, and then about 45 minutes later or so, this bitch, Leah or whatever her name is, comes in, and I'm kind of already having, I mean, I don't know, I was kind of making like statements in a sense. I mean, I don't know, I guess trying to be funny or something. I was pretty much like, yeah, I already know why she's here. You know, kind of like I already knew I was going to be discharged or something. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be discharged. I'm freaking sick as hell. I'm sweating my ass off, cold sweating. You know, having all these symptoms and whatever. I'm just like, wow. But, yeah, I went back there and I was trying to get all my stuff. I wasn't able to get it all, apparently. I lost something. But, yeah, like, I had all the stuff and I had the IV right here. Yeah, the thing here, the tape. And then I was like, so what's going on? She's like, well, let me get this off first. You know, and then she's like, you know, sign the paper and then I'll tell you what's going on. I was like, hey, you know, because I first asked, I was like, so is the doctor still here? And she's like, yeah. I was like, you know, I like to talk to him. But she pretty much ignored me on that one. And then I still had stuff in and she went like that. I was like, oh, fuck, what are you doing, dude? She's like, I'm trying to get this off. And by that time, you already had the the little plastic tubing, for the IV, already out. I mean, I'm already bleeding pretty much, and then, she ripped the other part out and it was that tape, that pretty much graphite tape or whatever you want to call it. I was like, wow, and then I was asking her something or whatever, and then I was also talking about the whole what do you call that thing? Damn, I've been doing like almost 11 minutes on this shit. Um, Basically, I was telling her, I was asking her questions, and I was like, basically they were gonna discharge me and blah 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 blah. I was like, you know, blood pressure, blah blah blah. My pulse pressure was 70, and then she was just like, well, you're fine. And then I was telling her kind of how like Western medicine is. It's like, whoa, what the hell, man? The last time I was here, I was very sick. Everybody was like, oh my God, your pulse is so fast, including doctors. They didn't really do nothing. They gave me a bag of saline, and about 5 months later, I lost 40 pounds. I was bedridden that entire time and homeless. So you go and figure that one out. But I don't know. She said something, and she's like, well, I'm not going to debate with you, blah, 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 blah. Sign this. Bye. I was like, wow. So, and then because the assholes wanted to be lazy, it took a good while. Um, and I don't have a vehicle, so I had to catch the late bus, the lineup, which the last one is 12:30, which they discharged me like 5 minutes or 2 minutes prior to 12:30. So I missed that bus. I walked about, well, 3 or 4 miles. By the way, being very fatigued. But I stopped at a 7-Eleven. It was closed for a while, but eventually they opened back up, cashier issues or whatever. But got about 20 ounces of coffee. That shit didn't do anything. Like, it was crazy. Like, I ate that, and then I ate like the little, the granny cookies or whatever you can get two for like $1. It used to be like 50 cents back in the day. 99 cents. But yeah, and then I found $20. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I walked up a little while longer, and I was sitting in this one spot right by Taco Cabana, and found out, ooh, they're actually open. Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, 24 hours. I was like, ooh, that's fucking awesome, dude. So I went and got fajita bowl. Actually, I felt a little better after that, but I was tired because it was around 2 or 3 o'clock, and my bus didn't show up until 5:02 in the morning. But eventually, I did that, blah, 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 boom. So basically, that's my 13-minute story. So anyways, yeah, they didn't do nothing. Basically, all they did, yeah, that's what they did. They were like, oh yeah, you got your discharge fatigued, and here's a prescription for multivitamins. And then, actually, I think it was yesterday or the day before or something. I don't remember anything anymore. Basically, I went to the fancy, the rich type of store, thinking they were going to have it at the pharmacist, and they're like, yeah, we don't carry this. You can go over the counter and pick up some vitamins. It's like, wow, dude. So I just fucking ripped it up, and yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm having all kinds of like different stuff, but I don't really feel like I have energy. And then I bought some Dr. Pepper last night. The fuck? I heard this blah. I don't know if it caught it on here. Guess somebody on a motorcycle or something. I thought my bowels were going blah. But yeah, I had just a little bit of that last night, and even a little bit earlier. And I don't know. It's weird. It's like it almost feels like, like when your sugar. I don't know about everybody watching, but like your sugar gets really high, and then it crashes, and you got that. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, sick. Sick, and okay. So the next story is with that, it's Christmas Eve, pretty much Christmas. I have family and friends to a point. But my life is really fucked up. And then some. And then to top it off, I found out I have bed bugs in my apartment. And those fuckers are not easy to get rid of. But what I'm learning is I pretty much have to almost like decontaminate a crime scene or something. I don't know, like it's like you gotta do so much shit. Like I had some when I lived in Austin because once again the same fucking thing. Neighbors moved out from downstairs. So about 6 months ago or so, my next door neighbor, he pretty much split, left everything, and then a couple contractors, cleanup people, went and took everything and threw it out the dumpster and whatever and blah 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 blah. But there was no treatment for 1 month, and then 2 weeks later, they sprayed. Yeah, they sprayed 1 month later, and then they sprayed one more time. But I went and I talked to what's his face a couple days ago, and he was like, "Oh well, you know that didn't they didn't come from there and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, they did, dude." And he's like, "Oh, you just like to argue. You know, if you keep it up, I'm not gonna renew your lease." And then I was like, "You know what, dude? I don't want to renew." And then he's almost like enjoy, like, "Ooh, can we sign that today?" So Christmas. So here's one. I have all these health issues, like just the overall health issues, not to mention everything else. And wow, I do look sick in this thing. But all this, oh wow, I got like maybe 13 minutes left. Um, all this, and then now I also have bed bugs. So I'm essentially quarantined because if I go to anybody's place or whatever, I risk spreading it. You know, if anybody comes over here, they risk of infecting their own selves and taking it wherever. I mean, not to mention people sue you. Like, there's probably friends or people out there that sue people. It's like, dude, I didn't have bed bugs. I mean, it's an expensive thing. But yeah, the guy was all talking about I gotta get rid of my mattress and all this other shit and whatever furniture I have, and you know it's gonna cost $280 or something, $85 or something. And then he said something about $15. I don't know. I don't know if he's trying to charge me for if I throw my shit out. Like, fuck you, dude. But they're like, oh yeah, we signed it, and then he brought up the apartment addendum, bedbug addendum. I mean, like, hey, look, you know, if I brought the shit in, you know what? That's my responsibility. But I can fucking tell you this: I did not have bed bugs. I don't fucking have bed bugs, dude. Like the last time I had bed bugs was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I've lived at other places that I never had bed bugs. I only have fucking bed bugs when cock-sucking piece of shit neighbors decide to actually move out and leave their shit around. And that's why. That's the reason I fucking have it. So I'm kind of coming to the realization, if people leave shit, either they just get that money, they don't care, or there's a chance that they actually have bed bugs. So yeah, I have to essentially clean freaking everything. I mean, I live in a 630 square foot apartment, but I got a lot of stuff. And then this asshole, and then he wants to freaking, you know, do the whole shit the day after Christmas. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't know if I even got money right now, dude. Let alone like nothing's open on Christmas, like where I can wash my clothes. But yeah, so you got that. You got the whole. I can feel my body right now. Doesn't feel good. It's like, I don't know. It's almost like my GI system or something is like not working, and I feel like my other organs are, you know, pancreas, liver, whatever. I know a few weeks ago my spleen was enlarged, which I freaking thought it was. I mean, I didn't say anything, but it has been in the past. 3 times. Um, But yeah, I mean, you got that, bed bugs, and you got the overall sickness, which I'm struggling to try to do this right now. Also, I keep getting pale. My hands keep turning white, and then they get some pinkness in and whatever. Um, and the friends here and there. I mean, even then, it's just. And then, even if I didn't have bed bugs, even if this place was clean, whatever, it's like, okay, cool. So, another one. And then to top it off, January 31st, my lease ends. So, either I'm going to stay here another year, which would make 3, and I can't stand that fucking cocksucker. That guy should go to jail. Definitely should be fired. But yeah, so I'm assuming I'm probably not even going to have a place to live in January. It could be worse, but January in Texas. I mean, I don't live in Dallas or anything. I know it snows up there, but outside of that. And then, not to mention, I don't have any, um, like, even if I got rid of a lot of this stuff, there's probably still 10% of the stuff that I would keep, but even then, storage costs $155. I don't have a month. I don't have any place that I can actually store stuff. And then I'm on that Section 8 and everything, so I got a voucher, so I can't go and stay with my mom and sister. But then again, they're about to pack up and take off somewhere too. So it's like, wow. So, my whole thought process, and then the whole thought process problem, I can't even freaking do anything anymore. Like, I can be on a subject, like, this book right here, I think I showed it at one time, Expert Secrets. Seems like an awesome book. I'm trying to read it. It's just, I got brain issues. I seem to, I don't know, but, I'm trying to, like, task, it's just whatever task. I mean, I bought probably, I don't know how many of these index cards, and I'm trying to do some stuff like ham radio and whatever, which is about to, oh wow, I burnt myself. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can tell right there, sort of. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going to stay. And then you got the whole thing that I'm 34 years old. I've lost it all. I'm 34 years old. I think there's things that should be accomplished, or milestones that should be reached. That there should be something. And for the last 13 years, or 16 if you want to count, to the age of 18, maybe longer, I don't know. I just, and I've tried to get help, but yeah, I guess back to that hospital thing. What kind of pissed me off, and I didn't really think about it. I mean, this is something that I've been saying for a long time. I see it all the time. It's just, it really struck. I was like, wow, it like really struck me, like fucked up wise. But like, I went in there because I wasn't feeling good. I saw the doctor one time. For the first 2-3 minutes, he was essentially laughing, acting like I was making shit up or whatever, blowing me off essentially. And then he listened to me for about 2 minutes and said he was going to be back. He was never back. I was never checked on. They did an EKG just to see if shit was working. They never took my blood pressure or pulse or whatever outside of triage. Even when I was discharged, they never did that, which I'm not in the medical field per se, like professional medical field, but I do have books, and I have been in the medical realm of a patient, and I know that you're supposed to check people's shit every so often. But they didn't do that. But yeah, basically that's all they did. They essentially discharged me, and that was it. I was just like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? Like, when I say severely, like I feel a tad better now. I feel different, like not good, but how I was feeling like earlier or whenever, it was bad. Like I felt like I was very weak. Why the fuck would I just all of a sudden feel weak? Why the hell would I just have these different issues? But yeah, it was 155 over 85. Pulse was 120. That's a pulse pressure of 70. But they're like, oh, well, you're fine. Oh, that bitch actually looked like, I felt like she's going to punch me. But I wish that bitch would have. I wish she would have. But yeah, I guess they're at the 5 minutes or so up. I don't know. It's fucking Christmas, man. Yeah, my brain's already. Wow, I can already feel it. Can't pop the neck yet. I'm gonna pop my chest. I started. I felt that. But yeah, I mean, I got nothing. I go to fucking regular doctors and they do shit. No wonder I'm fucking everybody. Yeah, no wonder everybody's sick. You know, and the people that possibly could help me, I mean, that costs money that the insurance isn't going to pay for. Insurance won't even pay for vitamins. That's why I thought that was it. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I was talking about. Yeah, that's what it was when I was talking to that fucking bitch Leah RN. Because I was talking about, wow, vitamins? Wow, that's, that's strange. I've never, I've been to the hospital like 77 times and seen hundreds of doctors or whatever, and I've never been, prescribed. And she's like, yeah, that happens all the time. And I'm just like, Almost like she got defensive. It's like, well, I know insurance is going to be paying for that. Which I was pretty much right. I mean, it's not actual fucking. I mean, I don't know. But I do think it's strange. I think it's interesting when I was getting the IV. I was like, a banana bag would have been nice too. And I know if you have chronic fatigue syndrome or whatever, or you're really fatigued, they can do banana bags in saline because it really does help. Like getting a liter or a couple liters of saline in general can help a person suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome or whatever, help them for at least 5 weeks. So a little over a month. I don't know. It does something. It's a godsend. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like fucking. I forgot what it was. I think it was Criminal Mind. I don't remember the name of it, but I guess the chick that fell in love with the straight guy, the pretty boy nerd that knows everything. Something they had like some chess move or whatever. It's like when you're essentially fucked. It's like you're checked and you're checked. I don't know. It's something, but I'm double fuck checked. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't have the fucking like thought process to do anything anymore. I don't have that young youthful vitality, energy. I mean, not to mention psychologically, I look at myself and I'm like, whoa, dude, I've aged the fuck like a lot. I mean, I look at my hair, I look at, how, what the fuck, why is this shit doing that? I look at, things just drooping and shit. I look at my stomach. I mean, I don't feel like I'm 20. I don't feel like I'm 30. I feel like I'm fucking 40. And it's like, like another thing, I want to have kids and stuff. And I'm like, okay, even if I wanted to, get a girl knocked up, which I've seriously been thinking about that because I'm like, dude, if I had a kid now, I'd be 54 when my kid's 20, And then you got the whole genetic factor as well. But even then, you got the whole, like, just kids aren't cheap. Like, you gotta have something going on. Like, your life has to be somewhat stable. And mine's, just chaotic. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, I just don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I even got some books about, learning how to, live off the grid and all that other shit. But even living off the grid, I mean, that's going to be crazy too. I mean, it takes energy, it takes a lot of stuff. And even if I, did the city life, it's like, I just don't know how to fucking, my mind doesn't even know how to comprehend. And the funny thing is there's tests, psychological tests that shows how fucked up I am. Yet motherfuckers don't do anything. But I got about 3 minutes. I don't know if anybody's still here, but hey, I'm just asking for prayers. I mean, I don't know what the fuck prayers are gonna do at this point, but I mean, I guess they help. I pray for people, so I wish I could somehow do like a donation thing or something. I don't know. I'm not trying to like just get money just for the fucks of it. Like, I'm trying to raise funds so I can actually do like a, what did I say? It was like a natural healthcare fund. But basically, I wanted to, take that money and use that money specifically for anything health related. To the point that I can actually go to the store on a daily if I need to and get that actual good healthy foods. Get a Vitamix, Blendtec, what do you call that? Bravo juicer. I don't know. Just start, cleaning. What's that saying? Detoxify, alkalize, and regenerate. All that good stuff. I don't know. I mean, the way I see shit, I need to practically, I got like 2 minutes or less, but I need to practically win the lottery, and even if I did win all that money, I wouldn't even know how to, I don't know, man. I don't know what I would do. I just know that I got less than a minute and this thing's going to cut off. So I'm just going to write it until the end. But anyways, I just wanted to blabber my feelings off why everybody else is having an awesome Christmas. I don't know. I mean, I'm grateful. I was able to get some food. I don't know if that's really going to help me with all my issues, but, hopefully, I'm guessing tamales, but I just got, I don't know, it's fucking embarrassing. I never thought I'd be in this situation, ever, and I am. I tried to freaking write, whatchamacallit, GoFundMe thing, and I can't even complete it. Like, I got the title, but like actually writing, I don't know. And it's already Christmas. People are probably already broke. Probably already spent all their money. But then again, I've done this before, and I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna try to have a happy Christmas and holidays. I'll do my best. Staying positive is always a good thing. But I hope you guys have a awesome Merry Christmas and happy holidays and all that, and things go great for you guys. And even if it doesn't, take a step back and appreciate all the good